Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. For today's video, we are going to react to all of the latest NBA trade deadline rumors and proposals and trades that have been accepted and rejected. Although I don't think any trades actually gone through as of today, but I did it yesterday. I will probably do it tomorrow, and then actually on March 25th, when the trade deadline is, around like 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern time over on my second channel, Extra Crispy, I am going to be going live over there to react to all the actual trades as they come through and all the rage that goes along with that, man. You know, it'll be a year since Andre Drummond was traded for essentially nothing. And I remember at that time, actually, I was getting cranky because I didn't want the Pistons to trade Drummond for Colin Sexton. And, well, we got Brandon Knight instead. Now, I would love to have Colin Sexton. I've been giving him props ever since. But at the time, man, yeah, not one of my greatest takes of all time. I will admit that. But here we go. Let's check this out. So we got about 3 different pages we're going to be checking out over here that have different rumors posted on them and talking about them. What have you guys been hearing as of late? Anything, you know, maybe that I don't cover, let me know in the comment section below as far as your favorite team goes. I don't think there's any Piston rumors today at the making of this, so that's nice to see. It's nice to be out of the news for one of the days. But yeah, so we got Legion Hoops right here. So this rumor we have is the Spurs have made it clear that DeMar DeRozan is available for trades. And honestly speaking, I think that makes sense for both parties, you know, that being the Spurs that are kind of like embracing the young movement. But at the same time for DeMar DeRozan that, you know, for one, he probably should have been an all-star or pretty damn close to making it, right? But at the same time, he's not really getting up there in age, but he's definitely a guy that wants to think forward as far as like winning a ring, contending. He doesn't really have time to wait around for a rebuild or anything like that. Not really saying the Spurs are in a rebuild. They're just kind of, you know, man, in a different era for them, I guess is the best way to say it. So, yeah, as far as DeMar DeRozan goes, I'm looking at the list of teams right here, and you know, last year we talked about DeMar getting traded, and everybody was like, hey, I cannot think of a single fit for DeMar DeRozan. Last year I was saying the Orlando Magic because they needed like a bit of a scoring boost. They were one of the worst scoring teams in the NBA. Now, this season, I think there's a lot, you know, more different moves or fits out there as far as DeRozan goes. The Miami would be interesting, especially the fact that DeMar can now play the 4 because he's been playing a lot of power forward and stuff like that. I think that's actually his main position this season too. Let me pull him up here real quick. But yeah, so as you guys can see, well, you can't because I'm kind of in the way, but right there it says PF. So that means he's spent the most time at the power forward position, and it's worked out nicely, man. 21 points. Man's got 8 assists per game, 5 rebounds. How is he not an all-star this year, man? And even shooting like 31% from 3. So playing really good basketball. So, I mean, a lot of teams obviously could use that. I will say, like, on a more of a like contending role, I don't expect to put up those type of crazy numbers. But yeah, as far as like teams I would love to see him on, I feel like the Miami Heat make a lot of sense in playing that 4 spot. Now, obviously, that team's already not like a great 3-point shooting team when it comes down to like their main core, so it does kind of hurt right there. The Atlanta Hawks, you could probably make a case for, but at the same time, they got Gallo, they got, you know, John Collins, they got DeAndre Hunter at the 3 spot. So yeah, not a ton of room right there. Charlotte, I would have liked him on that team if LaMelo was still playing, but now I'm just like, just maybe like don't make the playoffs this year and get you guys a really good lottery pick and come back strong next year. You got the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks are actually a perfect spot, man, as far as like just getting them like that next level piece to really help take this Knicks team into consideration for like a team you do not want to see come playoff time, man. And dare I say, like with DeMar DeRozan, I'm just gonna say it's a dangerous team, okay? Like you would have to look at the I guess like the most ideal lineup I could see in that case would be something along the lines of like Derrick Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett at the 3, DeMar at the 4, and Julius Randle at the 5. Like, that's really scary. Obviously, you can go more traditional with having Julius at the 4, Mitchell Robinson at the 5, and then DeMar at the 3, RJ at the 2, and Quickly at the point guard or whatever. I don't like that as much for, like, spacing reasons, but that first lineup I thought would be absolutely fantastic, man. And, yeah, a lot of different teams. I mean, even, like, the Toronto Raptors. Bring him back there with Kyle Lowry, you know, another run at it, man. That'd be a little interesting. You look out west, you know, Phoenix Suns, put him at that 4 spot could be a little interesting. Really, like any team that needs a power forward, man. I like DeRozan at that spot. It's something different. It's something that's been working too for him. So yeah, you can make a lot of different cases. Okay, so next rumor we have, it's a 2-time team race for Lonzo Ball. I heard the Chicago Bulls maybe, but we'll see about that. Developing, the Indiana Pacers are listening to trade offers for guard Malcolm Brogdon. So obviously the Pacers this season have had a lot of injuries, a shakeup to the roster and stuff, you know, with Oladipo being traded away. So the team's not been like as good. Right now they are currently 19-23. So I don't really know how Malcolm Brogdon's been doing. I've always kind of liked his game though. To me, like he is, I don't know, man. He's okay. He's okay. I guess he was a bit better last year, but this, no, I guess scoring wise, he's still been killing it, man. 22 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds per game. About 40% from 3. Like, that's literally Mr. Efficient right there, guys. If I had to give him a nickname, I don't know if his contract's going to show up on here, but I don't think his contract's the worst either. Is it going to show up? Okay, there we go. So, salary-wise, oh, is he on an expiring deal? Oh, no, here we go. So, current contract, he gets paid about $20 million a season until the 2023 season. I mean, you would have to think for the Pacers to trade him away, it would have to be a haul, man. Like, they'd have to give up something crazy. So, honestly, I wasn't a big fan of the Milwaukee Bucks getting rid of him in the first place. I've always thought, like, he was a good fit alongside Giannis. I just like those guys that, you know, listed at point guard, but can score like a shooting guard, can also play shooting guard, man, but pass like a point guard, if that makes sense. I like his game a lot there, man. I don't even know what type of trade I would even do for Malcolm Brogdon. I would just keep him personally. He's a really good player. And obviously, there's a ton of teams out there that could utilize his services. So you guys let me know in the comment section below. Who do you think would be the best fit for Malcolm Brogdon? What type of trade would that look like if the Pacers were to pull the trigger on it? I just don't really think they should, if I'm being honest. Okay, so spoiler, we're going to look at Woj next. We also have the Brooklyn Nets have shown interest in trading for Norman Powell. So when it comes down to Powell, like, my only, like, real, I mean, I know about him as a player and stuff like that, man. Like, he's a pretty good role player. Maybe, like, a little bit above role player, but not quite, like, you don't really want to say, like, all-star either. He's just a good quality player, right, man? But anytime he plays against the Pistons, he scores like 35 plus points. So to me, I'm like, yo, Norman Powell, like, y'all better give up like LeBron James to get him, or I'm sorry, like Kevin Durant to get him or something like that. But no, as far as him going to the Nets, I mean, I don't really think it makes a ton of sense because you would have to give up quite a bit. Now, if you want to go the route, and I don't really think the Raptors would want to do this because they don't really need him, but I guess you want to go the route like Norman Powell for like Spencer Dinwiddie. I guess that makes sense contract-wise. And by theory, by doing that, then I guess that would allow Kyle Lowry to be more expendable, get something back for him. Fred VanVleet, your full-time starter at point guard. Next season, you got Spencer Dinwiddie, who can play that backup role. He's done it a lot in his career. Or you start him alongside Fred VanVleet. You get younger in that route, but at the same time, he is coming off a very serious injury. So, yeah, I think the Raptors should probably just keep Norman Powell. Or, you know, maybe, I don't know if the Brooklyn Nets are exactly the best trade partner in that case. Right here, we got this one. This is about, okay, so this was like a damn 2 o'clock in the morning, bro, in my time at least. A scenario being discussed between the Magic and Celtics, Marcus Smart, and 2 first-round picks to the Magic for Aaron Gordon and Evan Fournier to the Celtics. Whoo, man, that is a haul right there. Like, the 2 first-round picks, like, that's a lot, man. But at the same time, if they're like, I mean, for one, I think that Marcus Smart is one of the most valuable players to the Boston Celtics. But, you know, like, if you're looking to switch things up, and you want to toss in those 2 first-round picks, which will probably be like 20th to 30th overall picks at best, then it's not too bad. Aaron Gordon would be pretty solid on this team, but I actually really like Evan Fournier. I think Evan Fournier is a very underrated player. So, you know, if it was Marcus Smart, 2 first-round picks just for Aaron Gordon, it's like, okay, I'm backing off that. But the fact that you also get Evan Fournier, who could really bolster this team's bench, that's a little interesting, actually, man. Or I guess, no, I don't think he would, you know, he would actually... One of these guys would have to go to the bench. I think it would probably be Evan Fournier because you're looking at a lineup at that point of Kemba Walker, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Aaron Gordon at the 4, and Tice or whatever at the 5 spot. So yeah, that would be Evan Fournier going to the bench then. Or I guess you want to go small ball, you could go Aaron Gordon at center. I do not like that. I do not advocate for that. But yeah, man, okay, interesting. All right, next up, let's just look at this Woj one real quick here. It was the only one that oh no, we got 2 things that happened here. I guess we'll start down here. Last night there was a trade. Clippers are trading Mufiondu Kabengele and a future second round and cash to the Kings for a protected future second round pick. So I guess this pick is like heavily protected to the point where it's just never going to be anything. The idea behind doing this is that the Clippers wanted to have an extra roster spot and cash available for the buyout market. So maybe they go for somebody like an Andre Drummond. Maybe they go for a guy like, I heard like JJ Redick might be in the buyout market now. So one of those type of players, you know, and this is actually not a bad trade for the Kings at all, because I know like this Kabengele dude, he hasn't really played at all, but he's like a 6'8", 6'9" forward that can shoot the basketball as far as I remember. So yeah, he was, I believe he was a lottery pick. I could be wrong about that, but that should be a little interesting there, man. And now we got Hoops Central. They got a few other rumors that I saw up in here, so let's check these out. Yeah, first and foremost, man, scary tear. This guy's been on a literal tear. Here we have the Knicks have reportedly considered acquiring Demar Derozan. So I guess I did talk about Demar to the Knicks already, but at the same time, I did not really talk about a trade to get that done. I was just like listing off players saying, hey, like this is the lineup. It's like, well, at the same time, they would have to give up somebody to get DeMar DeRozan. I mean, if you guys are like cool with like the small ball line, it's not really a small ball line, but you know, with the Julius Randle as center with Demar at power forward, then I guess you could look as far as trading Mitchell Robinson. I don't know if Knicks fans really want to do that, but at the same time, maybe you could also get Jakob Poeltl back. I mean, maybe you could do something like Obi Toppin if you just like don't want to wait for him to develop and you feel like this team's ready to go. You want to get like a near all-star player in DeMar DeRozan. You can look at Obi Toppin, which would be nice. Going over to the Spurs, you know, him developing under Greg Popovich. So something along those lines, I think would probably get DeMar DeRozan on this team. It can't be one of the cases where you say like, you know, no name number 7 and a damn third overall pick or third round pick in the draft. Like, that's not going to get it done. You got to give up something to get a guy like DeMar DeRozan, not simply going to get him for free. We have the Lakers, Clippers, and Sixers have all expressed interest in George Hill. Yeah, we all know what George Hill is at this point. It's nothing too surprising. I don't really even know if he's been playing at all this season for the OKC Thunder. So he's out with a sore thumb, man, for a while now. So 12 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Only played 14 games this season. Yeah, I mean, he's 34. He's a good serviceable point guard. Man, I shot 46% from 3 last year. But, yeah, I don't really blame him for not really playing too much for the OKC Thunder. Like, obviously, you want those minutes for developing guys. And, yeah, George Hill, like, what's really the point, right, man? So, yeah. Okay, we got J.J. Redick reportedly appears more likely headed to the buyout market. You guys let me know in the comment section below what team would you like to see J.J. Redick go to. I mean, I could see it being a team like the Brooklyn Nets, or I don't really know what his relationship is with the Clippers, but that could be a team, you know, that you can consider. Maybe the Lakers. It would definitely be a team like that, man. Maybe even the Boston Celtics, especially if they trade away Marcus Smart too. Then, yeah. We have, along with LaMarcus Aldridge, the Spurs have made it clear that DeMar DeRozan is going to be available via trade, so we already saw that. So, yeah, LaMarcus Aldridge, we obviously know is going to be traded now too. Draymond Green said he's the best defender ever. Not really a trade rumor, but just some cap, I would have to say. And yeah, man, that's about it. Not too many other trades really going on here. Let me refresh Woj real quick here just to make sure nothing happened while we were doing that. Yep, that looks fine. Let's refresh Hoop Central. And yep, more Scary Terry and then Legion Hoops. But I think for the most part, that's all the rumors we have in the past 24 hours, man. So hopefully you guys all enjoyed this. I'm loving doing these videos. Honestly speaking, man, like, I would love to get more into like just talking about like the day-to-day news type of stuff. I don't know if you guys really like this format. I know it's nothing too flashy, but just talk about basketball, right, man? You know, something different from like 2K and all that. So I'm really hoping you guys are liking. If you are, leave a like on the video. And yeah, man, give me your thoughts about the trade deadline and what's going on right now in the comment section below. That's all we have. Peace out. Yo, man, I was like literally right in the middle of editing my video when I completely forgot talking about this Woj bomb right here, man. It's not really a Woj bomb, but it says the Heat and Knicks with summer cap space are reluctant to offer premium packages for Victor Oladipo, but markets development of capped out teams bidding with young players, first round, blah, 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 blah. One thing's become clear, Houston's likely moving Oladipo before the trade deadline. So yes, I've been saying this for a while now, man, is that they're not going to get a great package because teams that, you know, unless you're the Miami Heat that want him like right now, but even so you know he wants to be there, you know, you're not going to give up too much to get him just like half a season ahead of time, man. So, yeah, I don't got much to say about this one except, like, I'm not expecting a great haul in return for Oladipo. Like I said, man, he either goes to a different team that will be reluctant to give up too many assets because you're not sure he wants to be there long-term, or you're the Heat that you know he wants to be there, so that kind of puts the leverage in your team's favor, man. All right, that's all we got, guys.